it was crazy. Nothing I can talk about.
No.
Oh, okay.
off the rec. Off
Yeah.
the rec. No, I'm joking.
Okay then.
Yeah, there's all sorts of HIPAA and shit that can be involved in Brian's
Okay
job.
then.
So,
Okay then. Yeah. So it's. I don't know if there was like something that you could share.
No,
Christine,
no.
I've been
it's
there.
it's CYS
Well, it could have been
in
like
2022.
It could have been like equipment shit, like like
Well, I
stuff
mean,
was down.
CYS 20 in 2022, same thing.
Yeah,
But yeah. Oh man.
it could be like like other things. So that's why I'm gonna stop talking.
Tomorrow's Groundhog Day, everyone.
Oh joy. Gee, I wonder how that's gonna go.
It'll be 2-2-22.
Yep.
Ooh, superstition numerology. What if you add a 3, multiply by 10, and divide it by 6, you get 42, and that's the ultimate. You don't really, but that's the ultimate answer to life, universe, and everything. I don't know. What are you looking? I told you what the situation was.
Yes, I know your situation well.
Let's do this. Hey everyone, welcome to the Anime-Versal Reviews podcast here on the Genreverse podcast network from LRM Online.com. Go there every day for all your entertainment news, needs, and opinions. Sponsored by the good folks over at Grow Generation. A little bit more from them, someone talking about them later in the episode. I'm Kyle Malone, joined as usually by my wife Christine and our husband Brian.
Hey.
Oh man, guys, do check out the website LRMonline.com, like I said, Genreverse.com as well. The podcast network wherever you get your podcast from, Google, Spotify, Apple, all those good places, and of course the YouTube channel, which we got up and running. It's doing its thing. And why is Christine off camera? Your foot itch.
My ankle itches. It won't stop.
And actually, I think I could actually come this way a little bit for you,
okay,
and that should be fine. But yeah, subscribe, follow, share, all that good stuff. Our social media information's down below, as well as Brian's YouTube channel name. And yeah, check that out, and we'll toot our own horns a little bit later. What do we do here? We review anime, generally stuff that's been out, because we're old and busy, but we're actually on time with this, because we discovered it in before I got to see it in an English dub by accident. So Sabikui Bisco, we're on episode 4, and man, I said it when I wrote this first the write-up for our first review, that this is like one of the most animes to ever anime. Yes. It's just out there. I mean, this episode's title is Ride the Crab.
Yeah.
Like, that's something I might say in my current the mental state, but not. That's it's just such a weird show, but you get to see a lot of really cool things in this episode. And since we went with Christine first last week, but we'll do it one more week since she missed out the first time. What was kind of your initial reaction to this episode, babe?
I felt like I was in Final Fantasy.
I can kind of see that.
Yeah, like the background music, where it's like you feel like you're in a specific area, and this particular area is green, and it has like floating balls that are supposedly glow. Just we haven't seen it yet.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really cool, and it was fun watching Milo figure out how to become friends with the crab, ride the crab, have the crab submit to him. So yeah.
Yeah, I dug it. Brian, so what would you name your crab?
I guess. I don't know. Crawl.
There you go. There you go. I don't know, man. It's very, very, very anime, and we get a little bit of a like world building here. We finally get to see how mushroom arrows are made.
I was going to point that out if you didn't. Yeah, that we.
If I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Come on.
They going back to more just explaining the world and how it works. Like all the questions we had from episode 1, they're slowly but surely answering them all, which is comforting because, you know, whenever you're introduced to any kind of series like this that's just sort of out there, there is a fear that they don't know, that they're just going for it. But no, clearly there is lore and history behind everything.
Yeah. I of course love watching the music's fun. The artwork is still a lot of fun. Nothing here's like, I keep saying this because it's weird to sing so much praise and then at the same time be like, I mean, overall it's still like a 7-8 right now. It's still got to land, but you know, it's on a good path. But it's just like when those shows do what they do and they just do it well, you know. And that's kind of what this show is. I liken it, even though I myself am a die-hard Newfound Glory fan. Always kind of likened to them being like the band that executes their style, their music perfectly. They're not the greatest band, the most technically advanced band, you know. It's Newfound fucking Glory, you know. They're fucking amazing, of course, but compared to like other bands on different levels, yeah, sure. Objectively, you step back and you go, okay, yeah.
There's bands out there that need 2 drummers, you know. So it's like.
So yeah, this show has been doing that for me, but Brian, give you just another chance to, or not another chance, but let you carry on the conversation, kind of just get into the things that you really dug this episode, or what stood out to you, man.
The introduction of another character that I think somewhat going to be part of the crew.
The jellyfish.
Jellyfish, yeah.
from the city earlier. Yes. Now we get her name.
And then, of course, a battle with a temple. I mean,
yes.
I mean that whole sequence was great.
Yeah, that was pretty intense. I'm wondering if we're gonna go see, because I'm guessing that Milo went out. What I inferred from like the injuries on his hands and his and Bisco's conversation is, while they were sleeping, he went out and was, you know, fucking around with the crab, trying to, you know, train with it. I said fucking around with it. I didn't say anything else, Christine.
I know, but the title is Ride the Crab, and it just sounds so dirty.
Oh yeah, well that's true. That's true. But no, he's out there, you know, training with the crab, and then the temple. What do they call it? Mantis shrimp or some shit, like the mantis crab or something.
Yeah.
They said shrimp, but it's like. Okay.
More like mantis hermit crab.
That's what it.
And the fucker could shoot goddamn the weapons that had been decommissioned through on it, and it could actually fire those weapons. And I think that's how that broke down. It was cool. Jellyfish girl and the whole shop thing, that's very, very Yuffie like. When you mentioned Final Fantasy, she steals stuff from Bisco and whatnot. She's got her own, you know, thing going on. She is a bit of an ass, but yeah. What'd you dig this episode, Christine?
One thing that I got answered the question from the trailer with it's like the kiss and then pulling out the worm.
The balloon worm.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I really want to see that, because, you know, it just looks so weird. He had this, like, angry look on his face, and when he's, like, pulling it out, and it's, like, out of character for him, like, because he usually looks so sweet. So it was just, like, you know, like, watching the trailer, I'm like, I want to get to that scene. So we finally got to see it, and it was weird.
Yeah.
But in a good way.
Definitely. No, I'm just trying to make sure that...
I know. So, yeah.
Cool. Well, guys, we'll go ahead and do a ad break, because, you know, the cool thing about these episodes is that AVR doesn't have to spend an hour talking about each one. This is an easily digested show, but there are some things that we'll talk about on the other side of this break. And yeah, Grow Generation, if I can ever get my mouse over there. Take it away, guys.
Grow Generation, where the pros go to grow. The Grow Generation commercial team is armed with industry-leading professional consultants. Grow Generation's team will help you fully manage any size or scale project. They offer turnkey facility designs, cultivation room design, and on-site project consultation. Go to www.growgeneration.com, where the pros go to grow.
I mean, seriously, Brian, like, you could do 2 weeks, right?
What?
Super villainy for like just 2 weeks, total mask, get away with it, and then just stop, right?
Would get obsessed with the power, Kyle.
Well, at least you can admit that. I'm trying to fool myself over here.
Yeah, like, no, I'm not. If I was gonna do anything good, it would probably be like, like gray area. I'm not Captain America. No, that guy's like pure snow. I don't think so.
Anyways, Grow Generation, thank you guys for sponsoring the episode. We always try to look for things that we can pick at. One of the big things about doing podcasts and things like that is just over analyzing shit. And surprisingly, I'm not getting burned out on doing that with anime. Some other projects that have a lot of weight and stuff behind them is getting tiring. Book of Boba Fett, but anyways,
it's too heavy.
Yeah, man, it's so heavy.
Glad I'm not reviewing that. So glad.
Although there is a good chance that LRM Online and the Cantina might get a little kudos today, as you guys are listening to this. Potentially something on the Book of Boba Fett may have happened. A certain character that we believe is going to appear in Dave Filoni's episode that he wrote and directed, Cad Bane. So anyways, if you haven't seen it yet, I hope I didn't ruin anything. I don't know for sure, but that makes sense. We know he's supposed to be in this series, and that makes sense. It's a character that Dave created, just like he created Ahsoka, and he directed the Mando episode that she appeared in. So cool. The first episode she appeared in. So yeah. Anyways, when it comes to these shows, you gotta. There's always something kind of going wrong, Brian. So like, we're 4 episodes in, man. What's bugging you? Anything at all?
There's not a grand enemy. I guess it's more time is the enemy, because their loved ones are dying and they have a certain amount of time to retrieve this special, magical mushroom in order to save them. But we're shown that the governor, he's clearly not a great guy. We got even more of that in this episode. As far as that, we still don't really know much about the world, really. I don't know. It feels like it's a big epic story, but they haven't shown me the epic yet in terms of what exactly is going on. Now, maybe it won't. Maybe it's just going to focus on these characters trying to retrieve the mushroom, but it feels like there's more to it, and they just haven't shown it to us yet.
Oh,
yeah, because I was going to say that it's like short time and long time. Like we don't have any hints to a bigger bad, and then also like it kind of annoyed me in this episode, timing, where Bisco is trying to rush Milo because he's like, like, oh my god, there's this floating green ball, and he's fascinated by it. And like, we need to hurry, we need to keep going, but we're gonna stop and we're gonna have this conversation about how we need to keep going. And I'm just like, yeah, you could have just started dragging him and move and talk, just something like that. So it was like little things like that. And then, after saying that, we need to hurry, let's take a moment to teach you how to ride the crab. So it's just kind of like that line was like, what the hell? But yeah, so hoping that we'll get maybe a bigger picture in the next episode, and maybe the pacing will be a little better.
I just wondered with Brian's comment, if potentially, because this is a new manga that they're adapting, and I don't know about ongoing or plans for spin-offs or anything like that. But I get the feeling that whether they mean to or not, that there is, like Brian said, a big epic world and mythology behind it that might be rich for continuation, spin-offs, side stories, prequels, stuff, you know. But I almost kind of, every now and then it's kind of fun to get dropped into an existing world for one part of its history, and then you're done. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just I'm not necessarily going to be totally upset if we don't dive into the more epic things about it. The idea of being just a note in this one story, but then again, he's part of Mushroom Keepers. So is he going to be the only one seeking out the Rust Eater? You know, I don't know.
That's probably the biggest thing that I want is more of the Mushroom Keepers, because they even said that not all of them are, you know, have goodwill, you know,
benevolent and stuff.
And so if that's all we get, if we just dive a little more into them and maybe meet a couple more, and you know, that I'd be fine with that. But yeah, it is. Do you know how many episodes it's going to be?
My guess is probably 12 or 13, but no, I haven't seen
it. If it's a dozen or so, then there's plenty of time. This is only, you know, to build that, so I'm not worried yet.
Yeah, and like you mentioned last week, those first 3 episodes really feel like you've wrapped up like the prologue or even act 1, so to speak, with act 2 being the big chunk of the journey, with whatever big bad thing's going to happen somewhere around episodes 6 or 7.
Because Dr. Stone, when did he get to the village? It was
episodes towards the end of episode 5 is when he and he's like resuscitated, finds Kohaku and stuff. So yeah,
it's either IMDb is full of shit or we're only getting 5 episodes.
No, it's probably just because 5 are out so far, and or
maybe
5
don't
been
have the
announced,
yeah.
not announced, but like scheduled.
Okay, yeah, because I'm like, that can't be
I would
right.
check the I wouldn't check the wiki, but you might see spoilers from the manga. I don't know. It's not like it's that big of a deal. Up at the top, they'll probably have or just Google's Sabikui Bisco episode count.
5.
Are you serious?
Yes. They only have it like that. 'Cause normally you get the answer at the top.
I don't. Let's see here. It will end up with. Yeah, they don't know yet. No, I'm not gonna cut it out.
It's just
because this the wiki page down, without even getting into the main article, has it just as 4 so far. So they might not have announced a full episode count.
Okay.
The light novel had 8 volumes so far and is still ongoing. Part 1 of the manga went from April to March 2021, and then from December 15th, 21 to present for part 2. So it's really new, and that might be the true issue. They might not even know like how many cores they're gonna do or whatever it's called. So who knows? So timing and pacing and a thirst for more potential things, but still quite a ways to go. So yeah, there's that. So mentioning like anime of animes of anime doing anime things here. You mentioned the balloon worm. You get the thief that's all, since it's a female thief, instead of being all cool and suave and stuff, of course she's super bubbly and weird. You get the crabs stuff, the glowing drift what do you call them? Drift weed or something like that.
Yeah.
And then I guess it's supposed to be like a tumbleweed or something, but green and mossy. And yeah, there's all sorts of it. it really feels like I think I mentioned this last week or maybe in the week before, but it just feels like a bunch of like love letters to shit from the mid 90s and early 2000s.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Well, you guys got any other random comments for this?
The comedy. I want to talk a little bit about the comedy because it was funny, and some of it was the initial stuff with the crab. I was like, okay, that's okay. You know, kept throwing him off.
Mm-hmm.
But then the stuff when they saved the girl, and there were certain, I don't know if you can't, they talk so damn fast in the show. But there were some lines that came in, if you really pay attention, that were really sharp, funny lines. And like the whole "if you touch me, you know, $100 for you, half off."
For Panda, it's half
but
off.
These lines are delivered quick and sometimes very just they're not focused. You know, it's just like blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And so you know, I've been enjoying the humor of the show.
What is that? Because I often get the Full Metal vibes with some of the comedy and interactions, especially some of the like physical comedy, like Milo being knocked off the.
I didn't even think of that.
A bunch.
Yeah.
You know,
and the arguing and the yelling and
again, like I said, that like 90s to 2000s. You know, but the time where Brian and I both kind of got into anime. Yeah, those are the things that I've been kind of noticing about it, and I would be interested in maybe one day when I'm no longer doing this, because getting involved with the people behind the page and behind camera is how you end up like, oh God, I don't want to watch any more Marvel stuff. I mean, I do, but I don't. I mean, I do. I just don't. Because it's not going to be the same. But no, I would be interested to see if there's been word from people working on this show about, you know, how much they loved a particular anime, you know, a Trigun or a Full Metal or something like that have been kind of influencing this. So yeah. Anyways, guys, anything else on Sabikui Bisco episode 4?
Music and art. Do we want to talk more on that? Or I think we covered it.
Yeah, you mentioned what you liked about it in this one.
Music and
yeah. We will talk more about it when we grade it at the end, or if there's some breakaway badassing, you know, fight scene that just ups the ante on shonen fight scenes, then yeah. But yeah, Brian, anything you wanted to point out?
No.
Cool, guys. Well, in that case, thanks for joining us on this episode of Anime-Versal Reviews on the Genreverse Podcast Network. Subscribe, follow wherever you get your podcast from. All the apps are there, and we're on there. And of course, the YouTube channel. Hit the red subscribe button. Leave us some comments, reviews on the apps as well. Thumbs up or down. Let us know what we can do better, and let us know what we're doing well. And then suggestions for anime or either shows or movies that you would like to see us watch. We're keeping our eyes out for things like Spy Family and Chainsaw Man, as well as some follow-ups to some things that we've watched in the past. So lots of cool things to look forward to, as well as other shows like the Marvel Multiverse Mayhem, the Cantina doing Star Wars Book of Boba Fett, and then of course the Daily Cup of Genre, Breaking Geek Radio. The website's LRM Online and Genreverse.com. Both of those are .com. And then the social media. I'm at that Kyle Malone. She's
at Adorable Doom. And
Brian does his own YouTube stuff. What you got going on, Brian?
Yeah, the channel is PulpMythos, and currently doing shows like 1883 and Raised by Wolves.
How is that 1883 better than the main show?
I'm loving it. I like Westerns. I know we have a difference in opinion on that, but as far as like Sam Elliott, if you're into old school Westerns, if you're a fan of like Sam Elliott's work, 1883 all the way.
Love him, and thank you for smoking. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you next time. Bye.